Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see how to make use of the Padlet right from the beginning. So first of all, when you type Padlet in Google, you will come up with this page and then you have to click on the first link. Once you click on it, it will take you to this page. You can log in by using your Google account, okay, or you can sign up for free. So after logging in by using your Google account or by signing up, you will have this thing. So first of all, let's go for the basic version, which is free, and it will give you 23 Padlets at a time. Then welcome to Padlet, you will get this page and then you can just continue. So it will show you this page. This is your Padlet page. So here you can see the features: make a Padlet, join a Padlet, gallery, upgrade, like if you want to move to a paid version. Okay, so it will show recent, made, shared, liked, archived, and you can even create a new folder for that. Okay, just mentioning here grade 6. Depending upon, you can just give the name of your class. So I just mentioned it as a grade 6 class. Okay, so let's see how to make a Padlet. So to begin with, when you click on join a Padlet, this page will come where it will show you the various options that your wall will look like. So it will be a simple wall, stream, grid, shelf, map, canvas, or a timeline. So depending upon your lesson, outcomes of your lesson and what you are going to judge from your student, you can select any one of it which meets the requirement. So you can just click on the preview. You will get an idea how this wall will look like. So like this is a simple travel itinerary sample. Okay, it mentioned places and all those. So the wall will look like this. Similarly, if you use select the stream, you will see the preview. It will look like this. So you can see that it looks like a story writing kind of wall. So if you want students, like if you are using it for English modules, or you are using it for the subjects for the topics that need some explanation, so you may use this one. Similarly, the grid version will look like this. Once it is divided, the wall is posted like this, and the shelf version will look like this. Okay, so you know what we want to know, what we learn. So you can divide this thing in your classroom. I think this will be the most effective for you, because you want to know from your student, like at the beginning of the class, you will suppose you are going to start with a topic of, say, number system. Then you will ask your student, what do they know about the number system, what kind of number system exists. Then what do they want to know, this at the beginning, and then at the end of the session you can ask them to post what they learn from the thing. So depending upon your lesson, you can select the appropriate wall. You can see that you have also a map preview, map version as well, which you can scroll and use it. And similarly, we have canvas and the timeline. Okay, when you want to organize the work, like suppose you want to know that, okay, this in this chapter what are the topics the student had studied, so you can use this thing for different purposes. So basically it depends upon you how you want to plan your class, and what are the intended learning outcomes of the lesson, and what do you want to test from the students, like what they have learned. Like suppose when you are teaching the students about solving a quadratic equation, so you want to know that what are the methods students have studied. Either they have studied the standard formula of finding the roots of a quadratic equation, or they have obtained the roots by completing square method, so on. So you can arrange it accordingly. You can also make use of this timeline Padlet, where you can assign that by this specific time student should complete this work, and so on. So let's see how the Padlet works. So for example, I am selecting the shelf, then I'm just clicking here on shelf. Then you will see this window. So you can give title to your wall, your Padlet wall, description, icon. If you want, you can select. Okay. So let's fill out the things. Like in the title, I just mentioned my first Padlet. Then you can give any description. So you can see that as you are typing the contents over here, it will come over here. Here it will display the name that you have mentioned in your Google account. Now you can see this icon here. It's a smiley. So you can change it from here by clicking on icon, and then you can just select any icon you want. It will change automatically over here. Okay. So you have a variety of options over here, or you can add your own icon by selecting this option. You can upload an image, you can search an image, you can paste a link from already existing image, or you can take a photo, or you may draw. Okay, so you have all these options. Now this address means this is the link which you can share with your students to get the inputs from them. You can simply copy. You can copy either like this, or you can simply click here, copy to clipboard. You will get this message, copied Padlet URL to your clipboard. Then you can share it with your students. Similarly, you can change the basics, this wallpaper, by clicking here. You have solid colors. Okay, you have various options for the gradients and even the pictures. Okay, so in case you want to have your own custom wallpaper by uploading an image or your own photo or drawing something, you can even do that thing. That is possible over here. Now you can also select the font size. Like at present, this is the font. You can even change it to different styles which are available over here. Okay, now it's up to you. If you want that your student should know that it's you who posted the Padlet, so you can click this one, attribution button. You can toggle it on, so it will display your name above each post. I prefer it to be close. Now when you are making it a new Padlet, like second Padlet, where you want it to be, the first or the last, then you have options of comments, like allow viewers to comment on your post. Okay, so you can allow that. Then reaction, you can select what kind of reaction do you want. If you don't want any reaction from the students, you can simply click on none. If you want to get feedback on your Padlet, that how it is, you can give either stars, vote, upvote, or like, according to your convenience. Okay, according to your requirement. Now what will happen in the Padlet, students are going to respond to the question that was asked in journal to them, sorry. So in that case, to avoid any material that should be posted over here, it's always better to on this button. It's required a moderator to approve the content. Means when the student posts the content, it will not be visible to all of them immediately, but it will be first available to the teacher. Then teacher will approve the content, means it is appropriate to be displayed in the class or not, and then only approval it will appear there. And then here they also have an option of replacing bad buttons with nice emojis. So it's up to you if you want it, but I believe when you are already moderating the posting of the student, so it is not required. Posting, you will get this option, so to add the question. So I mentioned that what do you expect from this presentation as a question. Then you can have an option of adding the section. Suppose you ask, what do you learn? What do you know about the topic? You can just simply save. Then you can simply add sections in the same way. Okay. If you want to edit these things, you can simply click on the three dots. You can even delete, rename, move, or delete the section. Okay. Now you can post the questions here as we have seen in the preview, and start writing. Once you done with this section, you have an option of sharing. So you can share it to the members. You can add members. Okay. Or you can simply share the link. Copy the link and email it to your students by email, or you can simply in your Google Classroom, or you can simply email it to them. See, you have an option of share on a Google Classroom, so you can even do that thing. So once you share your Padlet with the students, then the students can enter their comments. So you can see over here, when they are posting the comments, it needs your approval. Means the comments are getting, their posts are getting moderated. So once you approve the post, it will be available on the Padlet. Okay. If you suppose you do not approve the post, you have an option of deleting it. It will ask you. Then you approve it. Then you have an option of like or disliking. Then approve it. Similarly, you can approve it or like it. Okay. So if you remember, how do we get to this thing where we need approval for all the posts? This can be done from here, the setting. When you are modifying, you need to click on this content filtering, required approval. Suppose you disable this command, then what will happen? The post will be directly pasted over here, like this one. So here it's not asking for your approval, instead it is directly getting pasted without any approval. So I prefer, when we are doing it in our classroom, it's better to use the approval setting, that to avoid any bad contents from the displaying. So yes, this is how we make use of Padlet. So all the Padlets that you will create will be available to you on your dashboard. So when you want to share it with anyone, you simply click on it, and then you want a link to share. So you can share it by clicking over here, share. Then you have various options. Either share the link by email separately if it is not a Gmail. Either you can get a QR code. So simply you will get a QR code here. You can either email this QR code, or you can show it on your desktop, and the student can scan the QR code and answer the content. So similarly, you have option like embed in your blog, email, or even you can share it in your Google Classroom. Okay. Once all this thing is done, you can save the findings of this Padlet, like save as an image, PDF, or Excel spreadsheet, or you can even print it. So this is how the Padlet work. I hope it's useful to you. So I'll just give you a demo. Like suppose if this is all the outcomes of my class, and I want to save it to know that what are the students' responses to my question, I can simply click on save as an image. Okay, and then it will be saved here. Okay, suppose you want it as a PDF, you can save it as a PDF. Then we can select the page as we required and publish PDF. So in this way you can record the findings of your classroom. Okay. That's it.